Right, year 5, let's have a little review of where we were up to and then what we're going to do next in next week's lesson. Okay, so we all should be at this point here. Let me make that bigger for you. So, your sprite, can you see how I've made him really small there, but you can move around through the space between the platforms. He's moving around really well. I'm happy with that. So I can move on. You shouldn't be moving on until this is the stage that you're at. Right, so at the moment though, he can pop straight through those platforms. That's a rubbish game. Whenever you've played a game, you know that you can't go through those platforms. So how do we do that? Well, remember when I said if you use a colour like green that there's a lot of in the background, you're going to have problems later on. Well, this is one of the reasons why I picked blue, because there's no blue in the background colour. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the sprite not to be able to go through the colour blue. So if you did it orange, that would be the same. Okay? Now, right, so you've got to think, what have I got to do? And remember, if you forget all these things, you can always just go back onto the Scratch website, into the examples, and look at that very basic game that we started off with, the maze starter. This is how I do things. Copy things and use their ideas. And right click to run Flash, so I'm going to right click and run this plugin. Remember you had to do that the other week, and you might have to do that at home. Run this plugin. Sometimes you've got to be patient. I think my pop-up blocker is stopping it, so I can look inside the code maybe. Nope. Right, why is it not opening up? Oh, having problems again. See, it's not just you that has problems with technology. I'm going to pause this and see why my Flash player is not working. I think I've got to allow this website to use Flash. Hello again. Right, so sometimes we've been having problems with Flash on Chrome. I've got another video to show you how to enable Flash player on Chrome. It's a little bit tricky though. So what might be easier might be to use another browser. So you will have an E there, which is on mine, because I've not updated it, it's Explorer, but on yours it's called Edge, I think now, and you can see that it just works straight away with that without enabling anything. So that's probably the best thing to do. Right, so there's the game that we started off with, and I'm going to go here and look inside. I can't see how I can change the I can't see how I can change the... Oh, here it is. Can you see up here? You can change the language. Right, so I'm going to change it. It was up there at the top, the little thing, and it's English. Right. So you can see here, this is the code, very similar to the code that we've been using, and then this bit here tells the ball to go there, basically. This is the bit here that we're looking at. Okay, this is the part that we're looking at. Okay, so if you're confused, you can always go in and have a look inside the Scratch website, and that will help you out. So what are we going to do? We're going to tell it to not go through blue. So when the little flag is clicked, if something is happening, then something else happens. So what I'm going to do is, if it touches the colour blue, then it makes it move back, doesn't allow it through. Okay, so you can see that piece of code there. Now if I just leave it like this, it will just do it once, so you will only be stopped once, and then you can go through all the other blue platforms. So we need to tell it to do it all the time. Can you see along here anything that is similar to all the time? There you go, forever. Okay, now can you see how it opens up like that and then clicks in? So forever, when the flag is clicked, if something happens, then don't go through the blue. Okay, now what do I do? So if it's like is it emotion? No, it's when it kind of feels the blue there, or senses that the blue's there. Okay, can you see? You have to look. If, here we go, if touching colour. Now it's the wrong colour, don't worry. Now this, can you see how it drops in? It's highlighted in white and pop, it goes in there. Now I think I just click on that there. I've clicked on it, and then I click on the blue on my platforms, and can you see how the blues come in there? I don't know if I can undo that. Undo. Oops. Oh, I've got that there now. That was what I must have deleted last time. Okay, so you click on there, the little hand comes up, you click on the colour you want to put in. Can you see how the colours are changing? And that would have been the problem if you had black. You wouldn't have been able to pass through there, and bosh, that goes in there. So forever, if I'm touching, the sprite is touching the colour blue, then I've got to tell it to do something. I've got to tell it to kind of move back. Now let me see if I can remember how I did that. It's movement, so it's motion. So move back, move 10 steps. That's going to let it move forward 10 steps. I wonder how I could get it to move back 10 steps. Any ideas? Right, well, all you need to do is, instead of positive 10, we put minus 10 steps. And you pop that into there. Okay, so forever, when the flag is clicked, if you're touching the blue colour, then it's going to bounce it back 10 steps. Let's see if it works, trial and error. So, where is my little sprite? Here he is. I'm going to make this screen bigger. Now, watch what happens. Oh, he's gone through. I wonder why that is. Can you think? I've not done something that is in the code, and if I don't follow that code precisely, it won't work. Hopefully you thought, yes, you didn't start the game, Mr. Fraser. I've got to click the flag. Now, fingers crossed, this will work. Okay, can you see how he stops it from going there? Let's move him along. I can go through there. Push, 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 push. He won't let him go through the blue. Now, if you've got a really thin line, you might go through it. So that's why we had to make the lines a little bit wider than you would normally do it. And I can move along. Can't get through. He moves along. Now the next part is going to be to create another sprite that's going to chase that around the platform game. Okay, so let's just pop back there. There's the code. I don't need that bit there. There's the code that tells it to not go through the blue. If you get a little bit muddled, just have a look back on the Scratch MIT website. There we go. This should be quite easy if you've got all this code correct. Remember, you need the if on edge bounce. Alright, so make sure you watch this, well, you've watched this video. Let me think of something I need to say now. Right, I want you to remember this phrase. The elephants are coming. The elephants are coming. Yes, it sounds strange, it sounds weird, but I'm trying to see who actually watches the video to the end. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.